Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is John. We have officially changed the channel name to Any Revs Fans TV. Kind of a weird way to say it. New England Revs Fans TV. Obviously, we're going to be targeting more of the New England Revs fan base. This is a Revs fan channel. We transitioned from the 90th minute to this just because it made more sense to me, and I'm more passionate about the Revs and more knowledgeable about the Revs versus the rest of the league. Anyways, moving on. That's all I've talked about in the last video. Check it out if you want. We got a game this weekend, this Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time against Inter Miami. Exciting game. Not a lot to expect out of it from a Revs perspective. Let's take a look at the league table before we actually jump into anything. So, sitting pretty at the top, Inter Miami. Must be nice, right? Must be nice. But they've been back. They're bored. Their owners have they've done their job, and with some bending of the rules from the league, but it's fair. It's fair, right? Anyways, so 10 games played for Miami, 5 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses, sitting top with 18 points, about 1 or 2 games in hand than everybody else. Roll your eyes down towards the bottom here. 28th place is the Revs. 8 games played, 1 win, 1 draw, 6 losses. Sitting with 4 points. Tough season for us so far. Can we bounce back is the question. Can we get a grip of the league, get a grip of a style of play, and just a connection between defense to midfield to attack, and can we link all of that together in one game for 90 minutes? Eventually. Eventually we have to figure it out. There's no way we can stay this bad of form for the whole team. Our team, player for player, isn't this bad, right? We should not be 1 point above San Jose, or even Dallas, who's been shambolic this season. But we are where we are because we deserve to be here. And Revs fans who have watched and followed this team, this league, know we deserve to be in 4th place, with 4 points. So, yeah, we're coming off a loss against Toronto, lost 1-0. Could have been 2-0. I think that was probably one of our better games we've played. Minus Charlotte, we went against Charlotte, and that was a decent game from us. But we played well against Toronto. I'm not going to get too far into it, just because that game is in the past now, and I want this video to be a preview. But solid game from Revs too, who I was nervous about penalty save, even though definitely wasn't a penalty, and I don't know what they were going after, what they were looking for there. But well done to him. Miami had just beaten Nashville 3-1, and 2 goals from Messi, 1 goal from Busquets. So they're flying still. What can we expect from this game? Well, I think we're going to see goals. I certainly think we're going to see goals this game. Miami have one of the worst defenses in the league. I mean, so do we, right? So do we. But look at the table. They've scored 22 goals. They've conceded 15. We've scored 5, and we've conceded 14. It's about the same, right? I mean, we are neck and neck with them on just about every level of football this season, minus wins, goals, and playing well. But hey, we are conceding almost the same amount of goals as them in 2 less games played. So what's not to be happy about? Obviously being sarcastic in case you guys can't tell. But moving on, getting rid of those jokes. All right, here's something I want to take note of. Right here we've got Inter Miami's attacking stats. I want to compare these to the Revs attacking stats going into this weekend. So we got Inter Miami's stats here. Revs are going to be on the other side. Goals per game. Inter Miami 2.2, New England 0.6. Okay, we already know we're not scoring goals. That's the obvious. We know Inter Miami are scoring goals. But this is a game I'm expecting our goals per game tally to rise up a little bit. I expect us to score at least 1 goal today, or on Saturday. I think we can even get 2 goals on Saturday. There's no Jordi Alba playing. The defense, even when Jordi Alba was playing, wasn't that great. And now he's gone, and he's been a a big part of not only their defense but their their outside play, their build up. So I expect us to nick 1 or 2 goals. The question is how many goals are they going to score, right? I mean, they're scoring 2.2 throughout the league so far, and we are one of the worst defenses in the league. Um, with that being said, they could net 2, they could net 4 or 5. So that's the mystery. I'm optimistic about this game. Oddly enough, I know that they're in first place, and I don't expect us to really win this game. But I don't think our goal. This is gonna sound silly. I don't think our goal is to win this game, as in like I don't think Revs fans should say this was a bad game from us if we had lost or if we lose. Right? There's a lot more other positives that we can look for. Like how do we play? Did we set up well on defense? Was the midfield okay? I think our midfield has been horrible this season. I'll get into that a little bit. And can we get if we're scoring goals? I mean, that'll be the big positive for me. If we can score 2 goals against Inter Miami, then I'll take that as a small win. Even though we might not get 3 points, if we can get 1 point out of this, fantastic. What else is it? What else are big chances per game? 3.1 for Miami. That's a problem. We're getting 1.4, and we're missing them. Goals from inside the box, 20 goals from inside the box for Miami. So if we can disrupt their midfield play, then we should be okay. And I think the way to do this is, oddly enough, this would be risky, but pressing. So, if you guys have watched Inter Miami games this season, they have a very slow build-up. It goes from defense to midfield, and it's very stagnant and pragmatic. And then eventually, it makes its way up to the forwards, and then they kind of just build up from there, look for a good shot. Now, what do the Revs have to do to prevent this? I think we have to press. I think so. Of course, you have guys like Messi and Busquets who can play under. They can play a quick pass in a half a second and know where their open guy is. But the rest of that team isn't, like world-class quality. They're all good players, but they're not as experienced on the ball as those two. So pressing at the right time, disrupting midfield play, that from the midfields to the forwards, and then counterattacking. If we can counter well, then I think we'll be fine. I even think we can. Well, once we disrupt play, Inter Miami don't press. So why can't we kind of build up from the back as well? They're not a pressing team. Suarez isn't going to press the back line. Neither is Messi. And if their wingers or midfielders are pressing, it'd just be silly that Messi and Suarez aren't pressing either. So it would be a half press, which wouldn't work, and they would exploit themselves. This is where it gets interesting now, though. Let's look at the defensive stats. So we got Inter Miami's defensive stats right here. Same spot as where their attacking was. 2 clean sheets on the season. And they've played 2 more games than us. So pretty bad. Goals conceded per game, 1.5. It's not horrible, but I think there's a weakness there that a lot of teams aren't getting after, and it's playing with pace. We saw in the season opener LA Galaxy go right. They went right after them. They brought the game to them, and they got an unlucky draw. I mean, it was an incredibly unlucky game for them. But Inter Miami were scrambling until there was a red card in that game. They had no idea what to do with the pressing and the pace from LA Galaxy. We don't have that kind of pace, but we can exploit them through pressing. You don't have to be rapid to be a good pressing team. You just have to be positioned well. So if Caleb Porter can position us well in a way to block passing channels and things like that, then I think there is a chance that we can make this game more competitive than what Revs fans are thinking is going to happen. I've been reading, talking to people, hearing things saying that Messi could score 5 or 6 alone against us. He's not even going to play 90 minutes against us. You really think team in first place is going to play their star player against the team in 28th. No. He might start and play 45, or he might come on for 30 minutes at like 60, 65 minutes, just because they don't want a repeat of what happened in Hong Kong, where they advertised him to come, and everybody paid for tickets and he didn't even play. He just, he waved everybody. And Gillette's going to be just about sold out, so I'm expecting him to he's definitely going to play at least 30 minutes. I'm hoping he plays 90. I want our players to play the best, right? This is a game where there should be a lot of fun, and not fun where like, oh my God, I'm playing Messi. This is a dream come true. It is a dream come true, and you guys should feel like kids in this game, but you guys should be incredibly passionate to beat Messi. That's kind of the target sign on his face every place he goes to is, I want to be the team that beats Messi. Then you can brag about it to your grandkids. These guys are going to be talking about it forever. Go ahead, play your hearts out, beat Messi and friends, and then we can have a ton of momentum going into the following game, and hopefully that'll be the kickstart of our season. It'll be the catalyst for us. Moving on to the stats. Totally forgot we were going on that. So 1.5 goals conceded. Drake Callender's he's making about three saves per game. It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit of saves. He's a pretty good goalie. He's definitely pretty solid. But yeah, here's our stats. Let's get into ours now. So on opposite side, let me get my head out of the way. Here's what we're dealing with now. Clean sheets, 1. So let's call it even because Inter Miami's played 2 more games than us. Goals conceded per game, 1.8. Inter Miami, 1.5. Okay, so defensively, we are just as poor as they are. Saves per game, am I seeing that right? 3.1. Okay, so defense. This is clearly telling us defenses are lacking. They're not closing down shots, whether they're from outside the box or inside the box. So being set up well defensively is going to be massive for us, because I could probably tell you now, Tata is not really drilling defense into Inter Miami's training. I think majority of the training is going to be just focused on build-up play, positional sense when attacking, but they're in first place the way they're playing right now. So I don't think he's gonna, this early in the season, I don't think he's gonna make any major defensive changes. I think he's more of a tactician for setting up in possession. So yeah. And then those are the big stats I wanted to talk about for, offensive and defense. I'll pull up the table again just so we can all take a look at it and stare at us in 28th place. So big thing for us this week. If we can score first, there is hope, because we have proven to crumble and fall apart when we get scored on first, right? The only game we've scored first, granted, we haven't scored many goals. Well, we scored 5 goals. Yeah, 5 goals in 8 games. Yeah, Inter Miami scored 3 in their last game. So, it's rough. So, anyways, moving on. If we can score first, right? We scored first against Charlotte, and we were able to hold the lead. I know, we parked the bus a bit, and that was expected because we're a team that's not in great form. We're a team that's low in confidence. But if we can score the first goal, I'm sure Inter Miami's going to score. I'm sure of it. But if we can get that first goal where we're not chasing the game now and having to change our tactics defensively, because as soon as they score, if they go up 1-0, then we kind of have to express ourselves more. We have to get more risky in possession. So, and that would be a nightmare for us. It would be an absolute nightmare if we have to go and attack Inter Miami. So, I think we'll start off safe. We'll try and get a scrappy goal in the beginning. Hopefully, the ball bounces our way. But if we get that first goal, I'm telling you, there is a chance. And this could age like milk. It could be really bad if we score first and then Inter Miami score 4. It's very possible. But I think the only way for us to actually get a result here is if we score first. Because if they score first, forget about it. Literally forget about it. There's no way we come back, make it 1-1, and then if they score two, scoring two. I think we can do, but I think things are gonna have to go real well for us. So that is the risk of playing from behind. But then again, we're gonna be in the big stage tomorrow. I keep saying tomorrow. We're gonna be on the big stage Saturday. All the MLS neutrals, even fans of other teams, are going to be watching our game because obviously we're playing Messi, and everybody wants to watch Messi, right? Who doesn't? I don't blame people for doing that. I don't. I would probably do it, if the Revs weren't playing. But yeah, people are gonna be watching Messi. Not even just Americans. It's gonna be from all over the world. People are gonna be watching this game. So this is a chance for our players, right? Revs fans we've talked so highly on Carlos Heel. I guess really just Carlos Heel and Chancalay has been a decent player for us so far, but everybody's going to want to watch Messi, and hopefully we can impress some of the teams watching for, just for our sake, for our own pride. Why can't we do that? Let's go out there, let's play our game, and hopefully we can snag a result, and if not, hopefully we've just, players have gained confidence from how they played. I don't see why we can't do that. Granted, we haven't done it, but now we're, everybody's watching. You cannot put in a 4 out of 10 performance in this game and then expect to play the next game, or Porter's out of his mind if that's the case, because we just can't afford to do that. And I thought I had a overlay for the lineup, but if you guys had watched the Toronto game, I think we have the same lineup. Ravas obviously at the keeper position, Spalding at left back, Kessler. I'd like Farrell to play again. I thought he did a solid job at center back against Toronto. And then Lima at right back. Then we got Polster and Harks at that center mid, but not really like that, number 6, number 8 role. Carlos Heel at the 10, Chancalay, Nacho on the wings, and Veroni up top. That's probably the lineup he's going to go with. I thought they did an okay job. Actually, I thought they did a pretty decent job against Toronto. But we didn't get the result. We didn't get the win we needed, or even a point would have been something nice to move us up the table a little bit. But I thought that team was okay. I thought they were okay. I liked in that game how Carlos Heel got on the ball a lot more than he had been previously. So if we can play in a similar way of just getting him the ball and letting him do his thing, feeding to the wingers or linking up with Veroni, he's someone that Inter Miami's not going to be able to stop. He is one of the best players in the league. Fact. He is one of the best players in the league. So if we can get him on the ball and let him carry it, draw fouls, build confidence, then like I said, I might be overly optimistic, but I think this is a result we can get. Or at least, like I said, even if we don't win this game, I think there's going to be some positives that come out of it, which I am all about. I'm all about small positives. Porter needs wins. He needs something, and he might need a point just to for that dressing room to feel a little bit better, because this is the same team, just about the same team we had with Bruce Arena, and he was getting results. So, and we had just signed 2 new players. I don't think they'll make an appearance, so I won't really talk about them too much, but that's something we can talk about probably next week. Moving on a different note, more about the channel, if you guys are still listening at this point. I'm going to start uploading a little bit more during the week. I want to do pre-match, like look ahead videos like this one I'm doing right now, and I had done one last week against Toronto. I also want to start doing live streams with you guys. This week against the Miami game, I'm not going to be able to do because I will be at the game. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to get some tickets, or get a ticket for myself. So if anyone wants to link up and meet a fellow Revs fan, I am more than happy to do that. But then I'll that night I'll probably do a post match reaction. That's something I'm also wanting to do, is just react to the games instead of doing it days later. I'd like to get it out, make it a live show right after the game. Obviously, this one won't be right after the game, so I'll probably pre-record it and then upload it the following day. But that's the idea of what this channel is going to be. I want to get your guys' fan opinions. I want you guys to just help build this channel. I mean, this is the only Revs fan channel on YouTube, so let's see if we can make it last. I'm dedicated to do this. I hope you guys enjoy some of the content. Videos will start getting better and better as soon as I can start figuring out some of these overlays. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe if this is your first time watching and you're a Revs fan and you want to stay in touch with the team, or just listen to something while you're driving, But yeah, take care, guys, and hopefully I get to meet some of you guys at the Revs games. See ya.